Hey friends, and welcome back to What's Good Wednesday on Radio Chesapeake. Your midweek moment to breathe deep, look around, and celebrate the good things happening across Maryland's midshore. I'm Jamie, and today we've got music, pets, volunteers, students doing big things, and even a chance to hit the golf course for a great cause. Let's get into it. We're starting with something beautiful, literally. Allegra Woman's Chorus is inviting the community to a delightfully thrilling and thoughtful program of music on April 18th in Easton and April 19th in Oxford. Their spring concert, Music of Living, takes its name from a featured piece by composer Dan Forrest, and the whole program is woven with themes of nature, wonder, and creativity. At the heart of this concert is a choral suite called It Is Happiness, set by Joan Szymko and based on poems by Mary Oliver. You'll hear The Summer Day, Sunrise, and Wild Geese, including that iconic opening question from Oliver. What is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? Szymko is one of only a handful of composers ever granted permission to set Oliver's poetry to music, and she's known for illuminating text in a way that feels both intimate and expansive. The program also includes music and poetry from Henry Purcell, Edvard Grieg, Sean Kirshner with William Butler Yeats, and Yoon Tate. The chorus is conducted by Amy Morgan, Artistic Director of Allegro Academy, and they'll be joined by Ellen Grundon, Lynn Bangart, Sashi Murasugi, and Denise Nathanson on piano, flute, violin, and cello. You can catch the April 18th performance at Trinity Episcopal Cathedral in Easton at 7 p.m. or the April 19th performance at St. Paul's Church in Oxford at 3 p.m. Tickets are available at allegroacademyeaston.com. From music to pets, in honor of National Pet Identification Week, Talbot Humane is marking the occasion with something truly impactful. For the entire month of April, they're offering microchipping for just $1. That's right, $1 to give your pet a permanent form of identification that could save their life. The National Council on Pet Population Study and Policy reports that less than 2% of lost cats and only 15 to 20% of lost dogs ever make it back home. Microchipping is one of the simplest ways to change that statistic. If you've been putting it off, this is the moment. You can call Talbot Humane at 410-822-0107 to schedule your appointment. And while we're talking about Talbot Humane, Team Unleashed is teaming up with Talbot Thrive, a local nonprofit focused on getting friends and neighbors moving. They're launching a walk-run club that meets Wednesdays at 6 p.m. at the Idlewild Park tennis courts, starting today, April 15th, and Saturday mornings at 7 a.m. beginning April 25th at the Rails to Trails parking lot off Magnolia Street. It's your pace, your distance, and a great way to get active with community. Learn more at talbotthrive.org/runwalkclub. Talbot Humane also has a very special pet of the month to introduce, Shira. Shira is a 1-year-old pit bull mix, weighing in at 41 pounds, and she's described as a shy girl with a big heart. She came to Talbot Humane in December and has been showing staff that once she warms up, her goofy, playful personality shines. She enjoys crate time, adapts well to routine, and shows a confident personality with other dogs, so she'd do best with a submissive companion or as the only dog in the home. She's also recommended for households without children under 10. If you're looking for a sweet, patient pup who's ready to blossom, Shira might be your girl. You can apply to adopt her at talbothumane.org/pets/Shira, Shera. And with that, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back with more What's Good Wednesday here on Radio Chesapeake. Welcome back to What's Good Wednesday on Radio Chesapeake. We're recounting great news from local nonprofits this week. Now let's turn to Talbot Mentors, who have a lot to celebrate this month. First, they're hosting a special screening of the documentary Sentenced on Wednesday, May 6th at the Avalon Theater in Easton. Doors open at 6 p.m. and the screening begins at 6:30. This powerful film explores how the inability to read can shape lives, limit opportunities, and contribute to cycles of poverty, while also highlighting the transformative power of literacy and support. The event is a call to action, raising awareness and support for Talbot Mentor's new Read Alliance program. If literacy and youth empowerment matter to you, this is a meaningful way to get involved. Talbot Mentors is also celebrating their scholars who recently had the chance to tour St. John's College in Annapolis. They explored the campus, experienced its distinctive academic environment, and even met with a current junior from Korea who shared her personal journey and what drew her to St. John's. She talked about the college's unique discussion-based approach to learning and how it compares to larger universities, giving the scholars a thoughtful perspective on what their own futures might hold. This month, the scholars also participated in Tidy Up Talbot on April 11th, marking their second civic and community service event of the year. Giving back is a core pillar of the Scholars Program, and it's inspiring to see these students stepping up to make a difference. And there's more good news. 3 scholars were recently inducted into the National Technical Honor Society at Easton High School, bringing the total number of scholars in this distinguished organization to 4. This recognition honors outstanding achievement in career and technical education, and Talbot Mentors couldn't be prouder. You can learn more about their work at talbotmentors.org. Speaking of service, April is Volunteer Appreciation Month, and the Compass Regional Hospice is overflowing with gratitude for the more than 200 volunteers who help bring comfort, companionship, and compassion to patients and families across Kent, Queen Anne's, and Caroline counties. Last year alone, Compass volunteers gave nearly 16,000 hours of service. Their contributions are as varied as they are meaningful, comforting patients, making handmade memory pillows, supporting grieving children at Camp New Dawn, assisting veterans, and sorting treasures at Compass Closet, the organization's upscale resale shop in Chester. Compass calls their volunteers the heart of our mission, and it's clear why. If you've ever felt called to support hospice care, Compass is hosting its next volunteer training on Tuesday, May 5th at the Compass Barnett Center from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. You can learn more at compassregionalhospice.org. Another organization opening its doors to new volunteers is For All Seasons. They're hosting a volunteer open house on April 28th from 5 to 7 p.m. at their Center for Learning at 111 East Dover Street in Easton. Whether you enjoy community outreach, supporting educational programs, or helping behind the scenes, there are many ways to get involved. Volunteers at For All Seasons support community outreach by representing the agency at events, assembling training materials for schools, assisting with workshops and lunch and learns, and helping with major community events like the Backpack Giveaway and Resource Fair, Frosty's Holiday Village, and the Hoopers Island Migrant Resource Fair. They also support peer-to-peer efforts, sharing mental health resources, creating welcoming spaces, and helping the agency grow its volunteer network. As Director of Development Sydney Trond puts it, volunteers are critical to the work we do. Their talents and passion for our mission make a positive impact on mental health and the well-being of our community. Additional volunteer events are happening this spring in Caroline, Dorchester, Kent, and Queen Anne's counties. For more information, you can contact Sydney at strond, STROND, at forallseasonsinc.org or call 410-822-1018, extension 145. And finally today, a little sunshine for the golfers out there. Kent School has opened registration for its Inspire Classic Golf Tournament happening Friday, May 8th in Chestertown. This community-focused event supports the school's mission of joyful learning and student growth. The day begins with registration at 8:30 a.m. with coffee and light refreshments, followed by a 9:30 shotgun start. Golfers will enjoy a grill station lunch, beverages throughout the day, and a variety of contests including closest to the pin, longest drive, straightest drive, and a putting contest. The event wraps up with an awards ceremony and more refreshments, a great chance to celebrate the day and connect with fellow supporters. Proceeds directly support Kent School's programs, and golfers of all skill levels are encouraged to participate. Sponsorship opportunities are also available. You can register or learn more at kentschool.schoolauction.net/golf/homepages/show. And that brings us to the end of this week's good news. I'll be off next week and we'll be back on April 29th. If your local nonprofit has something to share, please send it to wednesday@bewhatsgood.com to be featured on an upcoming segment. Now go out, get involved, and I'll meet you back here in 2 weeks for more of What's Good here on the Midshore.